In the toughest of times, it is so often artists who lead the way. This year, Food and Water Watch is honoring 3 long-standing artists in our community. Each uses a different medium, but with a shared goal to bring us together, to protect our planet and our future.
We're thrilled to honor and celebrate them as we tap into our collective creativity to solve today's environmental problems. Our first honoree is the Emmy-nominated environmental filmmaker, Matt Wechsler. Matt's films, Sustainable, Right to Harm, and most recently, The Jungle, have helped us build power, build the community, and shift the narrative around how a better food and farming system is possible.
In the middle of 2016, I set out to make Right to Harm, which is about the health and environmental impacts on rural communities living around factory farms. And I followed that story to the state capitol building in Maryland, and I got to see firsthand this amazing grassroots effort made by Food and Water Watch organizers. There's hundreds of people that were there to help support this bill as it moved through the state Senate. I think what's been great about working with Food and Water Watch is they have always jumped at the opportunity and utilized the films for exactly what they're intended for, impact in local communities. And they've screened films all across the country in an effort to pass legislation in various places. Certainly one of the most inspiring people I've ever interviewed for a film was Dr. John Eichard, and one of the inspiring quotes he said is, "We owe a debt to those of the past, and we can only repay that debt to those of the future." And that really stuck with me as a father, certainly, and it parallels a lot of what I'm trying to do with my own passions as an activist in trying to create films that push the world to a better place and hopefully leave the world a better place for my children.
Our next honoree is artist, curator, and water activist, Fredericka Foster.
Her paintings are grounded in political and social ideas, which they transform into images that people like me can feel, remember, and rally around.
I have never been an artist who did art for art's sake. I've always been interested in my subject, in learning about it, and in talking about it. I've never felt separate from nature. To me, it's a very intimate thing, environmentalism. When I look at water, I experience the life in water and the water in myself. There's a congruence between the water out there and the water in here that is real and absolute. So when you feel that, when you get that sense of life, I think you love water then, and you're going to take care of what you love.
Our final honoree of 2026 is Susan Weltman.
She is an exemplary force for Food and Water Watch by repeatedly serving on the Benefit Host Committee, donating her handcrafted textiles for auctions, and consistently inviting her community of activists and artists to join Food and Water Watch's mission.
Food and Water Watch just has become a very big part of my life, and certainly it's a pleasure to be able to share what I do with this great organization. We don't want the things we make to be thrown out. I say to people, this is silk, it will last forever. And many people look at me like, last forever? I never thought about that. For a lot of people, that's a new idea. They've lost track of that their grandparents kept things forever. And I love being in a position to tell people about that. Through the weaving world, I've just met people from all over the country, and I think the environmental world is like that too. Food and Water Watch and the environmental movement has just drawn in so many people One of the things I like about Food and Water Watch is that they're constantly reaching out to the larger community. I see young people out there, I see people my age, I see people from all over, and what gives me hope is spending time with people who are on the same journey I'm on, who are thinking like me, but also acting, making contributions, but also out there when they need to be. We've got to do this. We've got to make every effort to save this world. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just doing what people are supposed to do. I'm doing what we need to do to make this world a livable and better place.
One of the things that gives me hope is that nature cares about us too. We are not separate from nature. We are nature too. All we have to do is listen, and nature will tell us what needs to be done.
I support Food and Water Watch because they're doing what needs to be done. They're not talking about problems as much as talking about solutions. And that's something that I really, really value.
I am fully convinced that changes in our environment are inevitable, whether we are part of a solution or part of the problem. I choose to be part of the solution. Food and Water Watch is part of the solution, and that's why I enjoy partnering with them.
Without community, we're nothing. Without community, we wouldn't be surviving what we're going through now.
I think it's critical to include art in the environmental space because art is a form of direct mental targeting, and the target is your heart. So that sense of connection that people feel when they sit beside water, for example, intimacy occurs between people, connections occur between people, and it's through those connections that we're going to create change.
Thank you, Matt, Fredericka, and Susan, for inspiring us and truly illustrating activism.